Hello everyone. Myself B. Chandra Prakash, working as assistant professor in St. Martin's Engineering College in the Department of Information Technology. Today I am going to give the lecture on OSI or ISO reference model. Here OSI stands for Open System Interconnection. Here ISO stands for International Standard Organization. This Open System Interconnection was developed by ISO in the year of 1984. Now in this Open System Interconnection, what we are going to say means it will be there in the data communication subject. This topic. Now, first we are going to see that what is data communication, what are the components we are having, and what are the types we are having. Data communication we are going to see. First, data communication is nothing but is a sending or receiving process. We have to get the digital data between two or more computers through a transmission medium or wire cable. Again, in this one we are having components. The 5 components we are having. One is sender. We are having sender, we are having receiver, again we are having message, again we are having communication channel, again we are having protocol. Now first component we are having sender. Now sender job is that is going to be send message to the receiver. Now receiver job is that when we are sending message to the receiver side, we have to use the communication channel. Without communication channel, we are not going to be transfer any kind of data to the receiver side. Now again we are having protocol. The protocol is nothing but one kind of set of rules. Set of rules is called as protocol. Now for example, we are having our student is there. He want to leave the update. He want to go the update means he will meet the mentor. After mentor to he will approach to the HOD is going to give the permission. This is called one kind of protocol we have to follow. This is called as, these are the components, 5 components we are having in data communication. Now coming to next, we are having 3 types. Data communication, data communication 3 types. Now first one we are having simplex. And second one we are having off duplex, and third one we are having full duplex. Now here we are having simplex. Simplex job is that we have to see the only one-way connection, sender to receiver, only one-way communication. The receiver is not going to give any kind of response, only sending the data to the receiver side. Now coming to next one, off duplex. Now off duplex, what you are going to say means we are having sender we are having, again receiver we are having. We are sending message to the receiver side, but in this place, receiver side in off duplex, he will wait for some time. After waiting some time, he is going to give the response. Right? The example we are going to be take walkie-talkie. Now walkie-talkie why you are taking means we are having sender, we are having sender is the first person is going to be spoke with second person. The second person job is that he wants to wait for some time. After waiting for some time, he is going to give the response. This is called as off duplex. Now coming to next one, third one, full duplex. We are having sender, again receiver. We are sending message to the receiver side, and receiver is going to give the response to the sender. At a time, he wants to give the response. That is the purpose of full duplex. Sending message to the receiver. Receiver job is that he wants to give the acknowledgement at a time. But here in the off duplex, we are going to be wait for some time. After waiting for some time, we are going to give the response. This is the process we are having. The example we are having telephone. Right, we are having telephone. Both persons simultaneously they will be discussed. This is called as data communication 3 types. Now coming to next one. We are having PPT. Right, we are having ISO or OSI model. The ISO OSI model we are having. The first layer we are having application layer. The first layer we are having application layer, second layer we are having presentation layer, and third one we are having session layer. This is the layer we are having OSI or ISO reference model. First layer we are having application layer, second layer we are having presentation, third one we are having session layer, fourth one is transport layer, fifth one is network, last one, sixth one we are having data link layer, seventh one physical layer we are having. Now see this one, we are having these three layers is called as software. This application layer, presentation layer, session layer is called as software. Right? Again, we are having these three bottom three layers is called as hardware parts. Right? These three layers is called as, we are having these three layers is called as hardware. These three layers is called as software. Now we are having
play current page.
Right, we are having three layers, 7 layers we are having. First three is the top three layers is called as software, and bottom three layers is called as hardware, and this transport layer is called as heart. Right, this transport layer is called as heart. Now see this one, first one, application layer purpose is that interaction between the user and system, and this application layer contains here, this process is called as sender process. We can take same this for this diagram also, receiver side also. We are having sender side we are having top to bottom operation we are going to do, and receiver side we are going to do bottom to top. Now first thing, in the application layer here contains a message in the place of application layer. That message will be transferred to the presentation layer. Now the presentation layer job is that data translation purpose we can use, data compression we can use, and encryption decryption we are going to do in presentation layer. This message in the place of application layer we write message. This message will be transferred to the presentation layer. After presentation layer job is that whatever the data sent by the application layer, that data will be translated. Translated means suppose I know Hindi, but second person know English. He know English, but Hindi will be translated to the English. That is the purpose. We are going to use the presentation layer. Now again in this one also data compression we can do. We are going to take some binary value 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1 like that. 8 bits you are going to be taking means that data will compress. Compress means the data will be compressed as 5 bits. That next one we are having encryption and decryption in presentation here. Encryption means plain text to cipher text, and decryption is nothing but cipher text to plain text conversion. This is the purpose of presentation. Now coming to next one, session layer. Session layer job is that we have to give the connection establishment. Right? We have to give the connection establishment. If you are going to give the connection establishment, data will be transmitted to the receiver side. After completion of our work, we have to terminate the connection. That is the purpose of session layer. Now, in this session layer, what we are going to see means, suppose I am having 100 MB data. 100 MB data we are going to divide into 4 parts. 25 MB, 25 MB, 25 MB, 25 MB. Now, I am going to be sent to 25 MB data I am going to be sent to the receiver side. But connection has gone. But connection has gone means what we are going to do? Again, when the connection will be established, that time again remaining 50 MB will be data will move to the receiver side. That is the purpose of session layer. Now coming to next one, transport layer. Now session layer 2, we are moving to the transport layer. Now transport layer I will explain later. Next again we are network layer. What are the transport layer contains segments data. This large data in the place of session layer, we are going to divide into segments. This last data will be sent to the transport layer, that will be segment. Again, transport layer to we are moving to the network layer. The segment data will be converted into packets in the network layer. Again, this packets will be moved to the data link layer. In the place of data link layer, we are using frames. The binary values 0, 1, 1, 1, 0 like that. Frames are going to be converted. Again, data link, these frames in the place of data link layer, it contains frames. These frames will be converted into binary, 0 side, 1s. Now this is the operation we have completed. Again, we have to move to the receiver side. When we are moving to the receiver side means we have to use the transmission medium. Transmission medium, communication channel we have to use. Again, sender side to we are moving from bottom top to bottom. We have done some operation. Again, we have to this information physical layer to we are moving to the transmission medium. Again, we are having bottom to top operation. We have to perform same operation. Again, binary values, frames, packets, segments, connection. Again, presentation. Again, we are having application. This is the OSI 7 layers. And next coming to transport layer. What is transport layer? Transport layer is nothing but end-to-end connection or host 1 to host 2 connection. Right? Directly we are having host 1. Host 1 is going to send packets to the host 2. That is called as transport layer. See this one like host A, host B. We are having a layer 3 IP address. This is the IP address we are having host A. Now the data will be sending to the host B. This host B contains different IP address. And next we are having transmission control protocol services. A TCP. First one thing we are having TCP and UDP. A TCP is nothing but connection oriented service, and UDP is nothing but connectionless oriented service. Why we are saying the connection oriented service? I will explain later. Now UDP is called as connectionless oriented service. What is going to happen means we are sending data to the receiver side, but we do receiver will not give any kind of acknowledgement to the sender. That is the purpose of user datagram protocol. Now in this TCP control, we are having different services. We are having first one full duplex communication. Already we have discussed that one. Now first one is connection oriented service, reliable service, process to process communication. The first one is connection oriented service. The connection oriented service, what we are going to do means 3 phases we are having: connection establishment, send the packets, and connection termination. That is called a connection oriented service. Now next one is reliable service. In this reliable service, what we are going to say means guarantee. Guarantee means sender sending data to the receiver side. The data will be transmitted or not, we are going to see. The data will be transmitted means we are going to get the acknowledgement. That is the purpose of reliable service. Guarantee we are going to see, and we are going to see assumptions. Again, the third one we are having process to process communication. Now in this process to process communication, we are going to see the diagram. We are having network 1, network 2. Yes, for no. Right, we are having, this is called as one network 1, process to process communication. Process to process communication. Now in this process to process communication, what we are going to do is it contains different systems. This is network 1. We are A1, A2, A3, A4, and this is called as network 2. Here also we are having different system B1, B2, B3 and B4. Now I am using a router 1, I am using router 2. Right. Now a process to process communication, we are having a A1 system. This is a A1 system we are having. This A1 system contains some data, some information we are having. That information we have to send to the B4 system. Now what we are going to do, directly we move to the router. Again router 2, we move to the router 2. Again router 2 to router 4. Right? Routing mechanism we are going to see process to process, one process to another process. But we are using different networks. A1 data will be sharing to the router 1, router 2 to B4. Suppose the A4 data we have to share to the B2 means A4 it will be transferred to the A4 to router 1, router 2, again B1. This is called as process to process communication. Now next one we are having a stream delivery service. We are having stream delivery service. On that stream delivery service, what we are going to do means sending process, receiving process we are having. On the sending process, receiving process, what we are going to do means sending process can send the data in the form of stream bytes. and receiving, again we are receiving process, receive data in the form of string bytes. Again string delivery service, right? We are sending process and receiving process. In this one, sending process send the data in the form of stream bytes, and receiving process send the data in the form of stream bytes. Now again in this one, next one we are having segments. The segments, what we are going to do means, we are having large message, large data we are having. That large data, large message we have to be divided into some different parts. That is called as segments. Now next one we are having flow control. A flow control is nothing but we are having sender and receiver. Now sender job is that sending the data very fast, but receiver job is that the data will be taking very slow. This is called as flow control. And next one we are having error control. Error control. In this error control we are going to see that we are sending some packets of data to the receiver side. Some data will be corrupted, some data will be lost, some data will be damaged. The corrupted data we are having, again we are having lost data we are having, damaged data we are having. After that, whatever the lost data we are having, damaged data, corrupted data, again we have to do the retransmission. Retransmission to the receiver. This is called as error control. Again we are having a guarantee service. This guarantee service is called as reliable service. This is called as TCP services. Now next one we are having congestion. Congestion and congestion control. Congestion and congestion control. Now what is congestion? Congestion is nothing but we are sending some data, big data to some person. Now what is going to happen means, congestion is nothing but we are sending some 100 MB data, 200 MB data we are going to be sent. When we are sending the data will not be transferred to the receiver side, but some other person will be in between, he will come, he will be sending data, means both data will not be sent. That time congestion will be occurred. Now congestion control we are going to see now. What is congestion control? Suppose we are having Kompally Chaurasta we are having, right? We are having Kompally Chaurasta, 4 ways we are having. 4 ways, all the lorries, all the bikes will be, vehicles will be at a place we are having, means we will not move any back side and front side. That is called one kind of congested. Now next one, congestion control.
సార్ పైన ప్లే కరెంట్ పేజ్ కొట్టండి సార్, అట్లా చేయకుండా ఓకే.
Now we are going to discuss about congestion control algorithm. This is called congestion control. Now this congestion control we are going to see that open loop we are having, closed loop we are having. An open loop is nothing but prevent the congestion before it happens. Closed loop is nothing but remove the congestion after it happened. Now open loop contains 4 types, 5 types. This is the open loop. It contains retransmission policy, it contains window policy, and knowledge acknowledgement policy, discarding policy, and admission policy. First one we are having retransmission policy. On the retransmission policy, what we are going to see means we are having packets on to retransmission, right? The packets will be, some packets will be missed, means again we have to do the retransmission. Packets will be retransmitted. Now second one we are having a window policy. Window policy we are going to see that we are going to use the selective or ejective method. And third one we are having acknowledgement policy. This acknowledgement policy will be given by receiver only. Sender sending some message to the receiver. Receiver job is that he is going to give acknowledgement. Yes, I am receiving your message, like that. Next we are having discarding policy, means less sensitive packets we have to be discarded. And next, last one, admission policy. In the admission policy, we are going to see the quality of service. The quality of service, it contains the features reliability and bandwidth and jitter. Next one, we are having delay. Yeah, reliability is nothing but when we are having less sensitive packets, less packets we are having, we can transfer to the receiver side. But receiver job is that receiver, you can 50 packets are send it to the receiver. 5 packets will not be sent to the receiver means we don't have any kind of problem. Like fifth one, we are having admission policy. In this admission policy, we are going to see the quality of service. The quality of service means subscriber we are having. How much quality we are going to give to the subscriber. That is called quality of service. Now one thing we are going to see that in the quality of service we are having 4 types. One is reliability. Second one is delay. Third one is jitter. Fourth one is bandwidth. Reliability, when we are using reliability, we are going to see that less packets we are sending to the receiver side. Suppose we are sending 50 packets. 50 packets sending to the receiver side, 4 packets will not be transferred to the receiver side. That time we don't have any kind of problem. Remaining 46 packets are going to be given by receiver. Now 4 packets again we can transfer, retransmission can done. Suppose there are more packets will not be received to the receiver side means, again we have to do the retransmission means that is not a good reliability. Less packets when we are having, that time it will be, reliability will be there. Now next one we are having delay. Delay means I want to send the packets to the receiver. But the person is not sending, the person needs 10-20 in packets, but the person is going to be send the packet 10-20. 10 minutes delay is going to be happen. Next third one, jitter. On the jitter we are going to see there some different variations. Variations of the packet delay. Now jitter what we are going to do means, suppose I am having packet 1, packet 2, packet 3, packet 4. 0, 1, 2, 3. This is called as packet departure time. Packet departure time. Now again we like packet arrival time. Packet arrival time. Now packet arrival time we like 20, 21, 22, 23. Now see this packet departure time. Packet 1 we like 0. We have to see the first one. This one, the packet, the first one we are having packet arrival to 20. What is the difference? Difference will be 20. Next we are having packet 2, we are having 1. The packet arrival time we are having 21. The difference will be again 20. Again we are having packet 3. Packet 3 we are having departure time 2. Here packet arrival time 22. The difference will be again 20. Again packet 4 we are having the departure time we are having 3. Here arrival time is 23. Difference will be 20. Here we are no difference. Right? No difference. Now coming to next one, we are going to take another values 25, 26, 26 means we can get different differences. This is called as jitter. Next we are having last bandwidth. Bandwidth what we are going to see means send the packets. How many bits we are going to be sent to the receiver. That is called as bandwidth. After that one, in this one, we are having a condition control algorithm. It contains 2 types. One is leaky bucket. Leaky bucket. Second one we are having token bucket. Now leaky bucket, we are going to take one bucket. This is a bucket I am going to be take. Here we are having data flow. Here we are having data flow. Here in this one it contains some packets will be stored. This is called as packets. Now the name itself we are having leaky. Leaky means we are having some hole here. The data will be for constant flow. Fixed constant flow. These packets will be one by one moving to the downward. This is called as leaky bucket. Now coming to token bucket. The token bucket again we are going to take bucket. We are having different packets are going to be stored in the bucket. Now in this token bucket what we are going to see means here we are having token. This is called as incoming and this is called as outgoing. Incoming and outgoing. Now the data flow contains, this bucket contains some packets. These packets we are having. Now we are using token. Token why we are using means checking purpose. Token why we are using means checking purpose. We are using token. Now these packets have to send to the token. Token job is that whatever the packet is received from the bucket, it will be presented or not. If it is presented, token will be transferred to the outgoing. If the on that bucket, token is going to be checked the packets are not there means the data will not go to the outgoing. It will move to the again incoming place. This is called as leaky bucket, token bucket. Now again we are going to see that we are having 7 layers. We are having the starting layer to top. What are the operation we have done? Final result we have to see on the monitor. What are the 7 layers bits? Top to bottom we are moving. We are moving transmission medium to top. We are moving to the application layer. The result, what are the operation we have done? That will be we are going to see on the monitor. Again on the application layer we are having a client server model. Client server model. It contains client and server. And this is called an open system interconnection diagram we are having. Where we are using the open system interconnection, we are having different protocols. We are using file transfer protocol, TCP we are using, UDP we are using, IP we are using. Now for we are having OSI model. This is called OSI model. It contains 7 layers: physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer. Now first we are having physical layer. Physical layer always contains binary values, 0 side, 1s. After that one again, it contains some upside switches, jacks we are using, plugs we are using, voltages we are using. Next again we are having a data link layer. Data link layer we are using some binary values framing. Frames we are going to be used. Now on the data link layer we are using IP, the internet protocol we are going to use MAC address, medium access control. Now when you are going to open the we have to see the IP numbers means we are going to write the command on the command prompt IP config. Right? After that we are having in the network layer we are having the network layer contains some packets. The packets will move to the one place to another place. That will binary values. After again we are having transport layer. Transport layer is called one kind of part of the layers. It will be using TCP. TCP is called the connection oriented and UDP is called the connectionless oriented. Now connection oriented is nothing but it contains 3 phases. Right? Contains 3 phases. The connection oriented and connection establishment. Second one we are having send the packets and third one we are having connection termination. The connection establishment means we have to send the packets to the receiver side. Okay, it will be moved to the receiver side. Now again after connection establishment we have to transfer the send the packets. After sending the packets our work is finished. We have to terminate the connection. This is called as transport layer. After transport layer we are having session layer. Session layer job is again here also we are using some connection establishment. But we are having 100 MB data we are having. That 100 MB data we have to divide to 25 MB, 25 MB, 25 MB, 25 4 parts are going to be divided. After dividing that one, we are sending 50 MB data to the receiver side. But that time connection was gone. Again, when the connection will be established, again we can retransmission, we can do. Thank you everyone.